Hey guys, and welcome back to my kitchen. And today's video is kind of like a what's for dinner episode. So I'm gonna cook dinner and take you guys along. So let's get cooking. So for today's dinner, I'm gonna be making a take on orange chicken. I'm gonna be using tofu as the protein, and I'm gonna take a little bit of a shortcut by using this pre-made orange sauce. I'm gonna fry up the tofu, get it all nice and crispy, and serve it over some white rice with some steamed broccoli. So let's get cooking. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the water on the boil so I can get that ready to steam the broccoli. And then I also have some leftover carrots back here that I'm going to make to go with this, just to have an additional vegetable. So then right after the water is on the boil to steam the vegetables, I'm going to prepare the Instant Pot to cook the rice. Now you always want to rinse and wash your rice before you cook it. That rinse off any additional excess starch so it doesn't stick together. I always like to oil my Instant Pot a little bit. I just put a little drizzle of olive oil and then take a little brush and just brush it around. That way the little rice grains don't stick to the bottom. If you don't do this step, I find that sometimes the little rice grains get stuck on the bottom, and I hate trying to scrape the rice off the bottom. So a little bit of oil in there. And then I have 1 cup of white rice that I rinsed. That's gonna go right in. And then 1 cup of water. Now, normally I make rice with 1-to-1 because when you rinse it off, there's gonna be a little extra water left on it. So you don't wanna make it too wet. So then you will add the lid to the Instant Pot, make sure that we are in the sealing mode for our pressure cooker. And then my pressure cooker has a rice setting. So I'm just gonna hit the rice setting. Oops, just kidding. I'm just gonna hit the rice setting and let it go. Next, I'm gonna prepare my tofu, and I saw a video the other day where they said to freeze and defrost your tofu first so it like fries better. So I did that, I froze it, and then I thawed it, so we will see. I've never done this way before, so I'm not really sure how it's going to work. So we are gonna find this out together. I also usually buy extra firm tofu, but they were out of it at the store. So this is firm tofu, and as you can see, it's crumbling a little bit, but honestly, like that's totally fine because it's fine. It's actually a lot more crumblier than I was expecting, but it's fine. We're gonna work with what we have. So I'm just gonna dice it up into bite-sized cubes and toss it in this bowl. And then we are going to toss the tofu with just a little bit of cornstarch to get a nice coating on it. This is going to allow it to fry up a lot nicer. Now that our tofu is prepared, I'm gonna prepare the broccoli. So I'm just going to cut the larger florets off, and then I will break them up into smaller pieces. That way I don't make a huge mess. So now I have my pan. I'm just gonna add a little bit of sesame oil and allow it to heat up and get the tofu frying. My water is up to a boil, so we can add the broccoli and start that steaming. So I have the tofu in the pan and my heat is medium-low. My stove is pretty hot, so I don't want to turn it up too high. And the key here is you want to not touch it. So let it fry for a few minutes, then toss it, a few minutes, toss it until it is the crispiness that you like. So the Instant Pot just went off, and I'm actually gonna let the pressure release for a few minutes naturally and then do a manual release, fluff the rice, and she's ready. Meanwhile, our broccoli has been steaming for about 5 minutes, so it is nice and green and beautiful, so I'm gonna turn that off the heat. So the tofu has been frying for a few minutes, and I'm gonna just give it a little bit of a toss. You can hear it sizzling in the pan. I also added the chopped up garlic, so it is getting nice and crisp. The rice has been naturally releasing pressure for about 5 minutes now, so I'm going to switch the valve to manual release, and the steam is gonna come out. What's left of it, see, not a lot. Nice and gentle. Once we hear the click, we can remove the lid. Ta-da, perfect rice, no time at all. 15-minute meals, hey. Just gonna give the rice a nice fluff, and look at that, it's not even sticking. And then we're just stirring this to heat the sauce through, and then it's ready to serve. And you could do this with any kind of protein. I just wanted to use tofu to have a meatless meal for tonight. And you could easily make this sauce from scratch and make it gluten-free. You could make it vegan. So there you have it, a quick meatless meal with some pre-made sauce just for convenience, a nice balanced plate. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this and want to see more, let me know in the comments section below. And I can't wait to see you guys until the next video.